Alright, welcome back to Conspiracy Why, our fourth episode. On today's episode, we'll take a look at the 11 top conspiracies that turned out to be true. We'll take a look, read some articles, and I'll give my opinion at the end. Let's go. In life, good things happen and bad things happen, but a certain group of people refuse to accept the findings of what happened. This is where the conspiracy is born. I'll be your host, Arthur Wells, through this journey of knowns and unknowns, information and misinformation of some of the world's most important solved and unsolved mysteries. Welcome to Conspiracy Why. This article is from Reader's Digest. They say the truth is stranger than fiction. That's no lie. All of these so-called conspiracy theories turned out to be legitimate. Yeah, it's a conspiracy of silence. We're not saying every cuckoo banana thing you hear is legitimate. We're just saying that's the case sometimes. These 11 theories were too crazy to be true until they weren't. Number 1. The Dead Baby Project. Laughing at crazy conspiracy theories is good fun, until they turned out to be true. Take the conspiracy surrounding the Project Sunshine, for example. In the wake of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the U.S. government commenced a major study to measure the effects of nuclear fallout on the human body. The conspiracy. The government was stealing dead bodies to do radioactive testing. The truth. The government was stealing parts of dead bodies because they needed young tissue. They recruited a worldwide network of agents to find recently deceased babies and children, and then take samples and even limbs, each collected without the notification or permission of the more than 1,500 grieving families. Number 2. Bad booze. The conspiracy. During Prohibition, the government poisoned alcohol to keep the people from drinking. The truth. Crazy conspiracy theories almost always suggest the government is behind it all, and they were right this time. Again, manufacturers of industrial alcohol had been mixing their products with dangerous chemicals for years prior to Prohibition. But between 1926 and 1933, the federal government pushed manufacturers to use stronger poisons to discourage bootleggers from turning their alcohol into moonshine. That didn't stop the bootleggers or their customers, and by the end of Prohibition, more than 10,000 Americans had been killed by tainted booze. Limiting alcohol is a health advice doctors can agree on, but these 11 health controversies and conspiracies still divide people. Number 3. The First Lady who ran the country. The conspiracy. A stroke rendered President Woodrow Wilson incapable of governing, and his wife surreptitiously stepped in. The truth. Wilson did suffer a debilitating stroke towards the end of his presidency, but the government felt it was in the country's best interest to keep things quiet. The public didn't learn about the stroke for months, during which time his wife Edith Wilson was making most executive decisions. Despite Mrs. Wilson claiming that she acted only as a steward, historians who have analyzed the Wilson term in office confirm that for well over a year, Mrs. Wilson was effectively president. Number 4. Government mind control. The conspiracy. The CIA was testing LSD and other hallucinogenic drugs on Americans in a top-secret experiment on behavioral modification. The truth. The program was known as MK-Ultra, and it was real. The CIA started by using volunteers. The novelist Ken Casey was one notable subject, but the program head soon began dosing people without their knowledge. MK Ultra left many victims permanently mentally disabled. Number 5. The Dalai Lama's impressive salary. The conspiracy. The Dalai Lama is a CIA agent. The truth. Perhaps the reason the Dalai Lama is smiling in all those photos has something to do with his six-figure salary he pulled down from the US government during the 1960s. According to declassified intelligence documents, he earned $180,000 in connection with the CIA's funding of the Tibet resistance, to the tune of $1.7 million per year. The idea was to disrupt and hamper China's infrastructure. Number 6. John Lennon was under government surveillance. The conspiracy. The FBI was spying on former Beatle John Lennon. The truth. Crazy conspiracy theories regarding celebs are always interesting, and this one is most certainly true. Like many counterculture heroes, Lennon was considered a threat. Anti-war songs like Give Peace a Chance didn't exactly endear former Beatle John Lennon to the Nixon administration, NPR reported in 2010. In 1971, the FBI put Lennon under surveillance, and the Immigration and Naturalization Service tried to deport him a year later. Lennon is one of 13 more notable celebrities you didn't realize were being watched by the FBI. Number 7. The government is spying on you. The conspiracy. With the advances in technology, the government is using its vast resources to track citizens. The truth. In 2016, government agencies sent 49,868 requests for user data to Facebook, 27,850 to Google, and 9,076 to Apple, according to the Electronic Frontier Foundation, the EFF, a major nonprofit organization that defends civil liberties in the digital world and advises the public on matters of internet privacy. You've probably also heard that your computer camera could be used to spy on you. This might be true as well. Number 8. Big Tobacco knew that cigarettes caused cancer. The conspiracy. For decades, tobacco companies buried evidence that smoking is deadly. The truth. At the beginning of the 1950s, research was showing an undisputable statistical link between smoking and lung cancer. But it wasn't until the late 1990s that Philip Morris, the nation's largest cigarette maker at the time, even admitted that smoking could cause lung cancer. Number 9. Fake battle, real war. The conspiracy. The Gulf of Tonkin incident on August 2, 1964 was faked to provoke American support for the Vietnam War. The truth. By the time news reached Americans' ears, the facts surrounding the North Vietnamese attack on the American naval ship Maddox were already fuzzy. Declassified intelligence documents have since been revealed that the Maddox had provided support for the South Vietnamese attacks on a nearby island, and that the North Vietnamese were responding in kind, according to the U.S. Naval Institute. The event opened the floodgates for direct American military involvement in Vietnam. Number 10. This one is quite horrible. Canada tried to develop Gaydar. The conspiracy. The Canadian government was so paranoid about homosexuality that it developed a Gaydar machine. The truth. It really happened. In the 1960s, the government hired a university professor to develop a way to detect homosexuality in federal employees. He came up with a machine that measured pupil dilation in response to same-sex erotic imagery. The Canadian government used it to exclude or fire more than 400 men from civil service, the military, and the Mounties. The American government is just as guilty as the Canadian government when it comes to this conspiracy. And finally, number 11, the Illuminati and the U.S. government. The conspiracy. A secret society that rules the world, the Illuminati, and the U.S. National Security Agency, NSA, are in cahoots. The truth. We're here to tell you that a link does in fact exist. Of course, that link is a actual hyperlink, electrical link between two internet sites. If you type the word Illuminati backwards into the web browser, you will land on the NSA website. Click the link if you dare. Rumor has it this elite society includes tons of famous personalities, actors, actresses, and performers. Meanwhile, the royal family is in a league of their own since they are 18 insane conspiracy theories about the royal family. And before I get on out of here, I would like to say to the people out there that don't believe in some of these conspiracies that have not been proven to be true yet, just remember, you might be wrong. Just like many people was about these 11 conspiracies I just spoke on. So remember, always pick an opposite side in percentage, because in fact, you might just be wrong. And thanks for watching. I've been your host, Arthur Wells. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit up that comment section and let me know your percentage of each mystery. Thanks for watching Conspiracy Why.